Well, good morning, everybody. It's Lady G. How y'all doing? Yes, I am coming to y'all straight from Lady G's Garden Cafe. And later on, I'm going to have to show y'all. I got some new arrivals, y'all. Yes, I do in the garden. We're going to have to talk about that later on. But this morning, I just want to know how's everybody doing. I missed y'all yesterday, so I had to make sure we stop in today to say hello, good morning, how you doing? Yes, indeed. I hope y'all had a wonderful day yesterday on purpose. Listen, I've been doing some thinking, y'all, and I was thinking about my grandbaby, and I thought about when she was a little bitty girl, and she was in like the first grade or something like that, kindergarten, first grade, or maybe a little higher, but not much higher than that. And one day she came home, her little heart was just so broken, and she say, Nana, she called me Nana, and I just love it. She say, Nana, she said, my group kicked me out. I say, wait, what? She said, yeah. She said, at recess we go and play, and we play around the teleball pole, and we all play teleball, and we have a rule that if you do something wrong, you get kicked out, and you can only get kicked out. She said for like 2 or 3 days. She said, Nana, it's been a week, and they still have not let me back in the group. I said, okay. Well, you go back tomorrow and you see what happens. See if they let you in the group according to the rules, because it's longer than your 3 days. So she came back and she was so sad and disappointed. And she said, Nana, she said they still won't let me back in the group. And according to the rules, I was supposed to have been in after 3 days. And it's been longer than 3 days now. So I looked at my grandbaby. My heart just broke for her because she had felt so sad. So I looked at my grandbaby and I said, you know what? Tomorrow, when you go back to school, I want you to meet them girls back on that playground. And I want you to get in line to play teleball. And when they look at you, I want you to tell them, I'm back in. Honey, my grandbaby went to the teleball stand where they were, where her little friends were. And when it came her turn, she jumped in there and she played teleball and she said, I'm back in. And she was in from that day forward. And it brought to mind a story in the book. Sometimes we feel like we are outcasted, and we feel like people are turning against us, and sometimes they are. Sometimes we feel like we all alone in this world fighting a battle all by ourselves, and we feel like nobody understands our pain and our hurt, and we feel like, okay, it's time out now. I've been outcasted, I've been kicked out, I've been blackballed long enough. It's time for me to get back in. Well, sometimes people, they're hateful and they're mean and they're angry, and they don't have good intentions, so they blackball you on purpose. They discard you on purpose because they want you to feel like you're like little or low. They want you to feel some kind of way about yourself. But honey, this morning it's time for us to get up and get back in. So it is, I'm thinking about a prophet by the name of Elijah. And there was a wicked old queen, honey, named Jezebel. And Jezebel had started feeling herself, yes she did. And she decided she was going to kill off all the prophets because they weren't telling her nothing she wanted to hear. Because they were telling her what thus said the Lord. She didn't want to hear that. Do y'all know people like that? They don't want to hear nothing good. They have itching ears. The book says they will have itching ears, and they want to hear that they'll believe a lie before they believe the truth. They'll call the truth a lie and a lie the truth. Do that sound familiar? So Jezebel had an order out, and she was killing every prophet in sight because they would not prophesy to her. Honey, Elijah had went and found himself a cave, and he was all hid up in his cave. Talking, oh Lord, it's just me. Ain't nobody but me. She done kill them all, Jesus. She done kill them all, Lord, and it's just me. Honey, it was an earthquake came, and he was looking for God. Nope, didn't. Then it was a strong wind came, and he was listening because he wanted to hear from the Lord. Have you ever been hidden away and you say, I'm not coming out till I hear from the Lord. I am not opening my mouth until I hear from the Lord. And you were just hoping that the Lord was going to have thunder. The thunder was going to roll, and the dashes was going to break, and the wind and tornadoes and tsunamis was going to show up, and then there was God to prove that you was right. But honey, Elijah laid up in that cave waiting on God to show up and show out. And guess what? The book said that he showed up in a still small voice. He asked him, what you doing up here in this cave? And he gonna tell God, well, the queen, Jezebel, she was killing everybody, and it's just me all by myself. So I come up in here and I'm hiding for my life. You know what the Lord told him? Get on up out of this cave. Come on up out of here. Get out of here. Get back in there. Sometimes we feel like it's just us and we are all alone and nobody understands. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I felt like even the Most High didn't care about me. I felt like, why he ain't even fighting for me? Sometimes you feel like you in this fight all by yourself, but how many of you do realize that the battle is not yours, that it does belong to the Lord, and that the fight is fixed? It's a war going on, and all you got to do is show up, because it's not your fight. The fight is already fixed. So I want to encourage you today to get back in there. Come up out of your caves. Come up out of that feeling sorry for yourself. Come on up out of that depression, because that is not of God. That depression is to keep you from achieving your maximum your maximum promise. Is your potential. That's the word I'm looking for. Depression is a deceitful trick to keep you from meeting your maximum potential. Because don't you know you have potential in you? Don't you know you have a gift that needs to be stirred up in you? But as long as you hiding in your cave, as long as you crying that they killing off everybody and won't nobody listen to me. Even Moses said, oh Lord, I can't go tell Pharaoh to let them people go, because I got a speech impediment. I don't talk right. You need to send somebody else, because they ain't gonna hear me. But honey, the Lord told him, open up your mouth and I'll fill it. All we got to do is stand on what God told us to stand on. If the Lord said it, won't he surely bring it to pass? Honey, stop worrying about what people saying about you. Stop worrying about who don't like you, because their opinion of you has nothing to do with you. That's their opinion. Everybody got one. So I want to encourage you today to get back in there. Get up. Wipe your tears. Yes, there's a time for fasting. There's a time for praying. There's a time for crying. There's a time for mourning. There's a time for laughter. There's a time for everything. But honey, now it's time to get back in there. Get back in the fight. Get back into your prayer, into your war room, and start praying and seeking God. Get up. Dust yourself off. Now the book says a wise man will fall 7 times, but he'll get up. So you got to get up. Falling is not the problem. It's the getting up part. Are you getting up? Are you crawling into your cave? Are you somewhere licking your wounds and saying what all they did to you? Are you pulling off your bandage and say, look what they did? Look at this scar. Are you showing everybody your heart? Look how he broke my heart. Look how my heart been broken and been crushed. Get back in there. Get up. Dust yourself off. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, man, that could have killed you. Because you know what? What's taking a lot of people out? You survived it. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people lost their minds with some of the things that they went through. But you went through it and you still here. You suffered loss. You still here. You went through this disappointments, but you're still here. So I want to encourage you this morning, as I encourage myself, get back in there. The fight is not over. You're not done. You're not finished. Remember, I don't know about you, but when I was young and my mom would have me go and clean up the bathroom or clean up a certain thing in the house, and she'd go in and she'd inspect it after I finished. I said, well, I'm finished. And she'd go in there and look and she'd, get back in there. It's not done. Some things you just got to get back in there. It's a do-over. So today, let's consider today our do-over. And let's tell ourselves this morning, get back in there. It's bad, but it ain't that bad. I'm going to survive this. You are a survivor. You are an overcomer. You are more than a conqueror. So greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. If God be for us, who could be against us? Honey, stand. Haven't done all to stand. Stand therefore. So stand up, honey, and proclaim who you are. I am what the word of God says I am. And remember Galatians 2:20. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live. Yet not I, but the Christ that live within me. And the life that I now live, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. So I want to encourage you this morning. Get back in there. It's going to be all right. The fight is fixed, honey, and you on the winning side. So this is Lady G saying, get back in there. All right? Y'all go and have a blessed and wonderful day on purpose. And until the next upload. Now, when y'all leave out the cafe, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And also, not only that, but share this with someone that you know can use a little encouragement and they need to get up and get back in there. So this morning, y'all, go in there. Get in there. You can do this. You got this. All right? So y'all have a blessed and wonderful day on purpose. And until the next upload. Later, y'all.